Bonjour everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video in which we are not necessarily going to play World of Tanks Blitz, but rather watching someone play World of Tanks console, because you may or may not know this, but Wargaming finally announced the Sturmtiger, the tank everyone wants but nobody can get, on PS4. It's official, it's coming, and it's already implemented in the game, the 7.12 update if I'm not mistaken. And to be fair, I'm just gonna buy a PS5 to be able to play this, and maybe do from time to time a stream or videos on this game, because let's say that things are a little bit special right there. As you can see, we have the German Tech expansion with the Sturmtiger line that features pretty much every single tank. I already talked about them, so we're not gonna bother doing it again in this video. No, here I just want to see how a Sturmtiger will be played on this game, and therefore we're gonna react to replay. So, for those curious out there, the HUD of PS4 looks pretty much like this. As you can see, you have things on the side, and it's pretty much the same as World of Tanks PC, but on console. It's a 15 versus 15 game mode, and now I gotta say that I'm quite excited to see someone play with the Sturmtiger. If I'm not mistaken, he's the only one in this game. You get what I mean. I mean, in this specific game right now, and it's going to be interesting because if we had plenties of Sturmtiger running around, it would be a little bit boring and maybe break the envy to play the tank. So there we go. Our friend, it seems, has a really good mobility, and I don't know why. Like, how is it possible that such a big thing has a mobility that can make him climb up to 40 kilometers per hour? I actually don't have a clue, but I don't care. At least it shows that Wargaming wanted to make it maybe fun or broken. I don't know. Maybe in World of Tanks console, same as we have in World of Tanks Blitz, they are making the tanks go a little bit higher in terms of mobility in order to make the gameplay interesting. I actually don't have a clue, and to be fair, I don't care. Just take a look at this shot. I love how Wargaming knows, at least on console, that people are expecting that thing to fire big shells, right? And you saw this when he shot. The shell was just immense for the size of the tank, because it's a 38 centimeter, if I'm not mistaken, or yeah, it's 38 centimeter wide, which is roughly something you don't want to hit your head with. So there we go, our friend is going in, and as you can see, if you take a closer look at the HUD, he's not carrying any HE, he's going for the premium HE. So I suppose those premium HE are penetrating quite high with a high roll, the same principle as HESH we have in the game. And it's interesting, it's just interesting to be able to take a look at this. So there we go, our friend is going in. I just want to be able to see him, I don't know, one-shot someone, because if I'm not mistaken, the average damage is around 2k or something like this with this. Come on, yes, please show yourself, man, please. I just, for the sake of the video, that would be awesome. Let's wait for them to maybe try something. You gotta keep in mind that this tank you're seeing right there has probably one of the worst gun dispersion ever. And something happened? No, he didn't get anything. Okay, he shot in the wild for no reason. Maybe he went for the AV for 005 in a splash damage or so. I feel like this is what happened, but unfortunately for him, he did not manage to penetrate. But not a problem, guys, not a problem, because our friend is gonna go in. It's an ace tanker, by the way, I forgot to tell you, but I picked up an ace tanker because obviously I was not gonna show you something completely useless. So there we go. Easy gonna be able to get the 268. No, but the rest of the team completely destroyed him. Okay, so there we go, our friend's going in, and yeah, I mean, when you have 2k average damage, penetrating an heavy for 005 is the least of your problems. Even if you just splash damage him, I'm pretty sure you would have been able to kill him. So there we go, our friend is reloading, and to be fair, talking about the reload, this is probably the most upsetting thing about this tank. The fact that you are necessarily forced to have around 25 seconds of reload. But at least the alpha damage matches this long reload time. So there we go, our friend goes in, and as you can see, even when you don't penetrate around the side turret of one of the craziest tanks Wargaming ever implemented, the Object 279E, which is, if I'm not mistaken, the one that has two sets of tracks on each side of the tank and literally no lower part of hull armor. Let's say that doing nearly 600 is really just awesome. So there we go, now he has to deal with an FV and once again another object, and here you saw that it did 1k damage thanks to its splash abilities on both the T124 and the Object 279. This is I don't know. To be fair, I don't know if something like that would be suitable for Blitz. Simply because if they did, they would obviously lower the alpha damage. Maybe it will have a little bit of a better one than the FV1A3, but not that much. Because if you start implementing into the game some tanks that can just one-shot others by not even penetrating them, like it seems to be the case with the Sturmtiger, shooting the Super Conqueror for literally 800 damage without penetrating. I mean, all the noobs would just play that all day long, noobs or meme players and such, and even if maybe in the first place it would be fun to see around, or maybe like for the first 2 or 3 months, after a while I think it would be boring and people would start complaining about the Sturmtiger, asking for it to be nerfed. Like same as what happened with the Smasher. At first people were like, damn, that's a great tank, it's hilarious to see on the battlefield, play it, etc. And after 3 months everybody was crying about the Smasher. And let's say that this is the Smasher of tier 10 in what console, which is definitely not a great help, but at least it's really fun. Gotta be fair, it's really fun. And on top of that, it just looks beautiful. It almost looks like they added on top of it an attachment, you know, with the thing that allows you to load the shells on the tank, because obviously we're talking about 200 kilograms shells, so you're not gonna do it by hands like that. Even if you're Arnold Schwarzenegger, you're not gonna make it. So there we go. Our friend is going back straight into his own spawn, and maybe he's gonna wait for to see if he has some shots on some of his friends. And it seems like it's the case. There is the K91. He's waiting for his whole reload, and boom, see ya later. Stinky, you got wrecked. Unfortunately for us, we didn't see him penetrating at least one shell, and I would have loved to be able to see this. Unfortunately, this tank is not supposed to push forward because you have the exact same armor as a Tiger 1. You have a little bit of a better one, especially on the upper part of the hull, but that's it. And this is the main problem with it. 2 problems actually: the accuracy and this armor that is not existing, as long as people are not loading gold shell, as it's always the case. So they have a Waffen tracker in this game still. Wow, I need to catch up. Yeah, I definitely need to get this. I need to get this game. All right, now let's focus on the last part of the video, which is my overall opinion on the Sturmtiger. Like, you saw here that with it, as long as you play with gold shell, which are premium HE, you don't necessarily need to aim and you don't need to go for the weak spots, because your splash damage are gonna do the job. As you saw multiple times against the K91, against the FV405, against all of those tanks, it's actually quite simple to do your damage. All you need to do is aiming at the enemy and derp. This is the same principle as the KV2, for example. And the thing is, having something like that in World of Tanks Blitz would be a problem. It would definitely be a problem because it would be game-changing, especially if everyone plays it. The problem is that sometimes when those tanks are implemented, as they are really atypical and people are expecting them to be implemented because they're hyped over it, wargaming tend to make them a little bit better than what they usually do. For example, here, even if it has 25 seconds of reload, the problem is it's not long enough, in my opinion. As long as you stick with the rest of your team, it's fine. But if you're alone, maybe we would see some changes. But I gotta say that this 25 seconds of reload should be a little bit more in this game, not in World of Tanks Blitz. 25 seconds is something that would work in World of Tanks Blitz, but here it's just, I don't know, it's just too much in my opinion, because it's impossible for you not to carry. I mean, all you have to do is taking a look at your opponents, see even just a slight pixel, you shoot straight in, and boom, that's it. You penetrate the guy doing 8, 9, maybe 1k damage without even actually aiming at weak spots. And it would be problematic to have something like that in World of Tanks Blitz, except if Wargaming does something like, I don't know, maybe try to balance it or so. But if Wargaming balance it, people will cry because they're expecting it to be broken, at least on the gun. But if they do that, please, Wargaming, make sure that the mobility sucks, the armor sucks, everything else sucks beside the gun, because otherwise, well, we're gonna get Smasher 2 at tier 10, and here it's going to be a little bit more problematic. I hope you enjoyed, guys. If that's the case, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. And personally, I'm gonna see you soon for a new video. Bye.